What's up, people? It's your man, Urban Lover, coming live direct from your mama's basement. The Lakers took on the Orlando Magic. Orlando Magic, a team that only won 8 games. They 8-39, 2-17 at home. Another struggling team. This was actually good for the Lakers to get off of after losing the previous game. So this was actually good for them to actually play a team to hopefully get back into a rhythm. Not really much to say. The first half, at the end of the day, when you watch the first half of the game, it was kind of close. The second half, the Lakers came out pretty good. They came out pretty good. The biggest thing I always say like this is ball movement. I'm always going to express that, because when I watch these teams, and I'm gonna say this: if Orlando was better coach team, but they had much more experience, the Orlando Magic would have gave the Lakers a run for their money. Because even though the Lakers won, and they took off like I said in the second half, both teams towards the fourth quarter. At the end of the day, Orlando still got to move the ball the way they want to. They still got to move the ball the way they want to. They still got to do certain things. But like I said, they're a young, inexperienced team with a couple of veterans on there. But at the end of the day, they still are not that bad. Anybody not that bad against the Lakers. Let's keep it real. Let's be honest. Just going to go down the stats real quick. LeBron James, he had 29 points. Like I told people before, I know a lot of people talking about he's stat pack and all that. Listen, I don't care. As long as we winning, let him catch that milestone. I don't care. As long as he's helping us win. Like I told y'all before in my previous video, the only problem I have with LeBron is when he become to the point where he's only focused on himself and becomes selfish. I have a problem with that because then it hurts the team and it affects the team. And sometime, and I just had a conversation with somebody on another page. I was talking about this same scenario. They were talking about Westbrook, how he looked, pretty good this game. And this Westbrook is what I want. This Westbrook right here, being a little bit more aggressive, passing the ball around, feeling more confident. Him being on the bench might have woke him up and said, okay, I know what I got to do. Because in reality of it, even though he might have 7, 8 assists, 6 rebounds, but he was only had like 12, 13 points. He still wasn't giving us what we needed because he was too busy worrying about his turnovers. I say, no, he just got to play. If he had 3 or 5 turnovers, I'm okay with that. I'm really okay with that. LeBron had 6 turnovers. Is anybody going to talk about LeBron having 6 turnovers this game? Anybody going to talk about LeBron having 6 turnovers? Because Westbrook had 3 turnovers. So we're going to ignore LeBron because LeBron turned the ball over a lot too. But, a lot of people don't talk about that. Well, he don't do it every game. I understand that. But LeBron been playing with that team. Plus, LeBron is the one that always have the ball. And you got to keep in mind, Westbrook have to change his game in order to fit LeBron's style. And I keep telling you over and over again, it should be vice versa because LeBron James is a way better player than Westbrook. Let's keep it real. He's a better shooter. He can get to the paint and finish better around the paint. So it would make more sense that Westbrook is the facilitator of on the floor, the one bringing the ball down, the one that's basically setting up the plays, and let LeBron James play off of him. If you watch these games, this game and many other games, when LeBron James don't have the ball and the ball is moving, you watch the Lakers score at ease. Even LeBron James getting easy layups, easy dunks. You've seen a couple on here. I know it's against Orlando Magic, so I'm not going to get too hype about it. But this is a good wake up for them. But you see them moving the ball pretty good. They're moving the ball. LeBron like I said, you seen Johnson, got a ball, kicked it out to LeBron for open 3. See all the easy shots? Ball movement. I keep telling y'all, everybody keep telling me, I'm hating. I don't be hating. I just feel like this. The Lakers make it hard for themselves because of the ISO plays. LeBron have to change up his style of play. I just talked to somebody not too long ago because we had like a little, not really argument, I was a discussion about Westbrook and Kevin Durant. He was saying that Kevin Durant left OKC because of Westbrook, and I showed him articles that's farther from the truth. He just like Golden State Warriors, ball movement. That's what he said. He might be a little bit more to it, but I want to go by what he stated. I'm not going to over-exaggerate and put words in his mouth. I want to go by what Kevin Durant said. And Kevin Durant said, no, he watched how Golden State moved the ball. And he enjoyed moving the ball and he having fun. And I keep telling people, the main thing about sports is to have fun. I know it's okay to get aggressive sometimes, but if you're scoring and you having fun, oh man, that's a dream. And that's right now is what's hurting the Lakers, that they don't really move the ball. But when they do move the ball, they look wonderful. Then people are like, wow, they're moving the ball good. That's all it takes, man. Ball movement. Keep moving the ball to the open shot. LeBron's still going to get his 30, but he's going to get it easier. He don't have to fight for it. He don't have to worry about the double team because he's constantly moving. And that's why I say Vogel got to come in. Vogel come into play because now with that, it allowed Vogel to basically do what? Call the plays and actually work them so that way he can, they can be cutting back and forth or doing whatever they're doing, whatever we call, play-wise, some more cuts, some more pick and rolls. And I got to see more Dwight Howard getting fed the ball. It's sad that I watch Phoenix Suns, and JaVale McGee is nowhere near better than Dwight Howard. Let's be honest. He probably get dunked better than Dwight Howard, you know what I mean? But JaVale McGee is no better than Dwight Howard. But the Phoenix Suns is making sure that they feed JaVale McGee when he's on the floor, getting him lobs and all that. Dwight Howard barely even get to touch the ball. Now, this game, he was in foul trouble. But let's be honest. They barely even throw the ball to this dude, man. But you want him to go play defense, but you don't want to reward him on the other end. That's my problem. Like, you got two of the best so-called, because I don't think either one of them the best point guard to me. I mean, when it comes to assists. You know what I'm saying? But because I'm a big Magic Johnson fan. And I watch Magic Johnson. I watch John Stockton. I watch real Jason Kidd. I watch real true point guards and how they fed their whole team. These two individuals, they do it to benefit themselves. I'm going to keep it real with Russell and LeBron. They do it to benefit themselves. Because in reality of it, they could be passing the ball a lot more better. And they could be getting people better shots. Dwight Howard should be killing, especially when they playing these little bum players. No, I'm not calling them bum. Especially when they playing these individuals who can't stick to Dwight. It's easy to set up lobs, have him cut to the basket, call plays for him, get him more involved. If you think about it, if the Lakers dominate the inside, it opens up the outside. That's why it's so easy for teams to guard them. Because the coaches, the scouts, they sit back and say, man, they don't feed Dwight Howard. They don't really use the paint. All they do is attack the paint. And when I mean attacking, meaning that they're driving to the paint. They're not having a guy down there already stationary in the paint, setting up, scoring, laying up, dunking, whatever it may be. They got to drive to the paint. So if we cut off their drives to the paint, it's much more easy to defend the Lakers. And that's been the Lakers' biggest problem. That's been their biggest problem, ball movement. Because the more better ball movement you have, the more it opens up for a better opportunity for them to score. Simply put. And I keep telling people that's why when I watch these other teams, I'm just not watching Lakers. I'm watching how these other teams move the ball. And Orlando Magic move the ball pretty good, but they're a young team that just don't know how to win yet. But if they was a veteran team that knew how to win, they could have took away one of these. They could have took this one, got this win. But like I said, ball movement. I still say that Carmelo Anthony should start. I think Reza should come in with that small unit. Well, not really the small unit, but the back, the bench unit. The reason why I say that because I think Trevor Reza, he's a better defender than Carmelo and I ain't gonna really say LeBron. I'm not gonna throw LeBron out there like that. But he's a better defender than Anthony. And I think Anthony will fit better in that half-court set with him, LeBron James, Dwight Howard, Westbrook, and Bradley. Because you give LeBron James another score, especially if they're not using Dwight Howard. But they should use Dwight Howard. I'm telling you, Dwight Howard should be averaging like at least 10, 12 points on the real. I'm just keeping it real, man. Because when you actually control the inside, and these teams got to now come down and help because Dwight is a physical dude. You know what I'm saying? They got to come help. You got man shooters wide open, man. And that's the biggest problem with the Lakers. Like I said, they on ball movement. And y'all, most of y'all that watch and understand know this. But anyway, Reza, he came in there. He only had 5 points. He was a plus 20, though. He had, I'm going to slide this up a little bit. What he had? He had 1 steal, 2 assists, 3 rebounds. But defensive-wise, pretty good. Dwight Howard, 13 minutes, 1 for 3. Like I told you, he don't get no balls. Hitting the free throw is really good. And people fail to realize Dwight Howard can shoot the 3, too. You've seen him hit it a couple times. That's why I say they can run plays for Dwight Howard to come out and bang a 3. You know what I'm saying? Especially like on a team like Orlando where they blowing them out or when they had a nice little comfortable lead. Let Dwight Howard rotate out to see what he can do outside. And the reason why I say that because over the paint, too, because that means his defender got to come out and guard him. That means LeBron James have an easy access to the paint too. That man is so much, this coaching staff can do. And with Vogel going through what he's going through, and also in the strength that, he gets the green light from the front office, say, do what you need to do. That's a good sign for him because now he can run the team almost what he want to do. You might not be able to do LeBron like you want to, but all the rest of them, you can do what you want. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, LeBron James is protected. Everybody else, you do what you want. Now, if we can get LeBron James to kill his ego and play off the ball, off of Westbrook, this team is not a bad team. It's not a bad team. It's just I think that Russell Westbrook need to bring the ball down. They need to run more. They're not running enough. They're doing half-court sets. So if you want to run half-court sets, bring Carmelo in. That way, Carmelo in, you got LeBron, Carmelo, Westbrook, Dwight Howard, and Bradley. The ball move around. We know that Westbrook is not a good scorer, but when Westbrook or LeBron want to attack the paint, you bring Dwight Howard out, put him around the perimeter, let him hit a couple shots. If you can knock him down, that opens up the paint, allow Westbrook and James to get in there with that ease. It's that easy. Pick and rolls all day. Pick and rolls, lobs all day, because you're moving your big man up out the paint. Because if your big man just standing around in the paint on offense and you're not using them, think about you not using them, then in retrospect to that, it does what? It clogs up the paint. It allows individuals to sit around the paint so they can play you when you come into the paint. That's why Westbrook having a problem too. Not really being utilized. The ball's not moving around. But anyway, Westbrook, not a bad game. 8 for 17, 0 for 1 behind the 3-point arc. That's cool. I ready for him to take the twos. He was 2 for 2 free throws. He had 2 offensive rebounds, 9 defensive, 11. He almost had a triple double. He had 7 assists. He had 11 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals, 3 turnovers. Like I said, I don't mind it. It was a plus 11, 18 points. I know it's Orlando Magic, but I don't care. I like this Westbrook. I like it. I don't mind him having a couple turnovers. At the end of the day, we won. Like LeBron James, I don't mind LeBron James taking over the fourth quarter. If you want to go ISO LeBron in the fourth quarter with 4 minutes left to go and we down by 5 or we up by 5, that's cool too. I don't have no problem with that. As a leader, your job is to do what? Take over. Westbrook and LeBron James are our leaders, so they're supposed to take over. But at the same time, in the midst of all that, move the ball around so you can get other people involved in the offense. It makes the offense that much more easier when you're moving the ball around. That's why a lot of these teams are putting so many high numbers on us, because they got good ball movement. They learn from who? The Spurs and the Warriors. They sit back and watch them say, man, we just move the ball around. And that's what these teams are doing. Carmelo Anthony, Bradley, 20 minutes, 3 for 4, 2 for 3 behind the arc. Had a pretty good game. 1 offensive rebound, 4 total rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. Pretty good game. 9 points. Then you see the bench. Carmelo Anthony came in, was hot. Some games he'd be cold, but this game was hot. 17 minutes, 8 for 13, 4 for 5 behind the arc, 3 for 3 for free throws, 1 offensive rebound, 3 rebounds, 1 block. Had 23 points, plus 5. Sorry. Johnson. You look at Johnson's stat, you look at you look at Anthony's stats. Now, Johnson don't take that many shots. Johnson's basically a defender, but he can shoot. And he's starting to get comfortable, because when he first came back, he wasn't knocking down the 3. Now he's starting to knock down the 3s. So now you got to start sticking them. And I'm so happy that the Lakers actually are, giving this guy a 10-day contract. He might just sign for the rest of the season and stop playing. He's 3 for 5 from the field goal, 3 for 4 from the 3-pointer, 2 for 4 from the free throw. He had 1 offensive rebound. He had 5 total rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 2 turnovers. He filled the whole stat line up. You know what I mean? 1 block, 1 steal, 2 assists, 5 rebounds, 4. This is what you call a junkyard utility man who does what we need to do to help the team win. I like him, man. It was a plus 9. He had 11 points off the bench. Monk, 31 minutes, only 4 for 9. He's not taking a lot of shots now. I'm telling you guys, I'm really starting to think that somebody told this dude don't take a lot of shots because they don't want to include him in the trades, any type of trade talk. Because after, and I'm going to share why, because once THT's situation came out, look at THT scoring. That's messing with him mentally. That will mess with you mentally. You know what I'm saying? If you know that you're about to be traded, it'll mess with you mentally, especially when you're a young cat coming in the league and you always hear about your name and trade talk. It will mess with you mentally. It actually disturb your way of playing, your flow of playing. But Monk, 31 minutes, 4 for 9, 1 for 2, 8 took a lot of shots, 1 for 2 free throws. He had 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 3 turnovers, and it was 10 points plus 2. We had Reeds, 23 minutes, 0 for 2. Not, Reeds don't take a lot of shots. I don't know why. I think Reeds pretty decent, but like I said, ball movement, man. I'm telling you right now, if these individuals, Johnson, Monk, Reed, I can say Johnson, because Johnson, I don't know. Johnson's not a scorer, but Monk and Reeds, and even Tucker, if you put them on a squad where the ball is moving pretty good, them guys will be killing. I think, and Reeds, like I say, because they don't get enough opportunities to shoot the ball. But I think that at the end of the day, that they move the ball very well. Very well. When that small unit come in there, man, they move the ball very well and they get up and down that floor. Depending on who's out there with them now. Because if there's LeBron out there with them, they're not going to move. The only time you see LeBron fast breaking is when LeBron is actually attacking the basket. When LeBron fast break, going coast to coast, LeBron is going to score. LeBron is not going to really pass the rock. Westbrook, same thing, but Westbrook will sometimes pass it out to an open shooter. We got to at least give him credit for that. But LeBron, he going coast to coast. And I don't blame him. If you're going coast to coast, you 6'8", 250, ain't nobody going to be in your way. You're trained. So get the hell out of my way and let me score. So it is what it is. But you get 2 different varieties of individuals. Reed, like I said, he had 3 rebounds, 1 steal. Then you go in Tucker, 20 minutes, 1 for 4, 0 for 2, ain't do too much. 1 rebound, 2 assists. He did have a steal, 1 block. Defensive wise, he was a -7. He the only one that was a minus. I only failed with 2 points. Like I say, he played, but I'm telling you, the trade thing, it does bother him. But the Lakers still, at the end of the day, they still won. I just think at the end of the day, they got to run some better plays for Dwight. My main thing on offense, put Carmelo Anthony in that starting lineup, so that way, if you want to run ISO play, that's cool because you got another score now. When you run that, if you look at these stats lines of what they started, you started a bunch of defensive players, and now you relying on LeBron James and Westbrook to be your go-to guys. Westbrook is only as good as the team that's surrounding him. I'm just keeping it real. He can score, but he's better when he got a better team around him, where he got shooters around him. So I would put Carmelo there, because now if you feeding Dwight Howard and you getting him opportunities to score, Dwight Howard gonna play better defense. Dwight Howard plays defense, but he played lazy defense. And what I mean by lazy defense, that non-motivation defense. Like, why would I play hard if y'all not even feeding me? You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't understand it. He might not say nothing, he might stay quiet and all that, but you can tell by his body language. He doesn't play the way he want to play because he's not being involved in offense. So if the Lakers will run better offense with the starting 5, with Carmelo Anthony in that starting 5, LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, and they lobbing up Dwight Howard, I'm telling you, because people going to have to play Carmelo, because Carmelo can shoot. So you have Carmelo, LeBron, the ISO king. He going to do whatever. You can't stop LeBron. LeBron stop himself. So you got LeBron, you got Westbrook, 2 scores. Then you got Carmelo Anthony, who's also a scorer. That opens up opportunity for Dwight Howard. And Bradley don't really have to do nothing but just play defense. And he hit shots when he open. But you got Carmelo Anthony to help feed. When Westbrook got the ball, he can feed Carmelo Anthony. Or attack the basket, kick it off for a lob for Dwight Howard, get him more involved in the offense. It's that simple, man. And it's just like our coaching staff, I don't know if it's like a dilemma or a certain thing that's stopping them. Like, feed Dwight Howard, because I told y'all before in my last video. At the end of the day, you see Vogel feeding Roy Hibbert. Why they not feeding Dwight Howard? And Dwight Howard's a way better player than Roy Hibbert. Get this man involved in offense, man, so that way he could be much more of a better use to you on defense. All he does, like now, he play defense. Like, come on now. If you go back and watch some of Dwight Howard games when he played with the Charlotte Hornets, the Orlando Magic, probably a little bit of Houston, but mostly Charlotte and Orlando Magic, he was contesting most every shot that would go up. He would try to block it. Now you're watching him, he just sit there and stand there. He don't contest every shot. These shots he used to contest because he feels like at the end of the day, you're not getting me involved in offense, and I know at the end of the season, y'all gonna get rid of me anyway. So in retrospect to that, get the man involved in the offense. You're not even feeding him the rock, yo. Like, come on. It just irritates me, man, when I sit back and I watch and I'm saying, man, this team could be a much better team if they learn how to move the ball and get out of their freaking egos. Like, come on. Like, LeBron, like, end of the day, you're going to get your milestone, dude. But we need to win. We need to win. I'm just keeping it real. You get one game, you got to have, ain't no wrong having 15, 18 points. Because in reality, I mean, you might score 30, but it's not helping the team. See, fan base people that love you, they admire that. Oh, wow, LeBron doing everything. Nobody else doing nothing. They admire that. But in reality of it, you're really only doing things for selfish motive. And I'm not trying to knock LeBron, but I'm just keeping it real. At the end of the day, if you move the ball around, these teams and players will be much more, it'll be a better opportunity for them to score. Simply put. And I tell people over again, you just got to pay attention, man. Got to pay attention. So, we beat Orlando. My thing, at the end of the day, I just want LeBron James to play team ball. Play off the ball. You brought Russell Westbrook here. I'm not going to keep attacking Russell Westbrook. LeBron takes some of the fault too. But you, at the end of the day, because Russell here, we got to accept it unless they trade or something crazy trade come up. Until then, he's on the team. We got to respect him just like we respect LeBron James. We can critique him. Doesn't mean that you got to hate him. You know what I'm saying? He's the Laker. So in retrospect to that, if you let Westbrook bring the ball down, bring Carmelo Anthony. I'm talking to Vogel now. Bring Carmelo Anthony in that starting lineup, put a Reason on the bench, and let him come in with those teams. Because you think about it, if you got LeBron James, like I said, that starting 5, it's just more better ball movement, better shot selections. If they move the Eagles to the side and feed Dwight Howard. Then you look at the bench, you'll have Johnson, Reza. So you got Reza at the center spot, Johnson at the power forward spot, right? Then you got Monk, and you got Monk, THT, and Reeves, and rotate LeBron and Westbrook into that lower small lineup right there. If you want to run, you don't have to bring Reeves in if you want to. You can bring Reeves in or Tucker how you want to do, and you bring Westbrook in and just run. Because they'll run. When you bring Carmelo Anthony in with that group, they don't really run as much because why? Carmelo Anthony's not the guy to run up and down the court. And he's not going to take a lot of punishment in the paint. Reza probably would because Reza's not looking to score. But Reza will play defense. He might not be as big as Carmelo, but he will try. And I think it's much more better if you run with that small line. And I'm starting to think Vogel like that little lineup. I mean, that little small group. Because he get more energy out of them. But anyway, like I said, the Lakers still won. I'm not knocking them, man. We be back to 500 again. But I'm telling y'all, man, if the Lakers would just move the ball, LeBron James would put his ego to the side and let Westbrook bring the ball down. Vogel, coach right and put Carmelo in there with that starting five. Put Reeves on the bench. Let Carmelo get into that starting five since LeBron like to run half-court sets. It makes more sense because now you got 3 scores in there. With him, really 4 if you really count Dwight Howard if they use them right. So you got 4 scores and no starting 5. LeBron can average like 24. He don't have to average 30 points. He averaged 24. Westbrook averaged like 15. Dwight can average like 10. Carmelo can average like 15. You know what I'm saying? And Bradley averaged like 8. That's cool. Then you got the bench coming in. When the player's not doing well, you take one of them out, replacing one of the bench players. You know what I mean? And then rotation. You know what I mean? So I just think that everything needs to be balanced, but it starts with the coaching staff and it also starts with the players on the floor. Everybody got to remove the egos and start playing as a team. But anyway, like I said, we won. But I'm going to look at the team stats and we're going to get on up out of here. Like I said, I'm happy the Lakers won. I just think that they need to have better ball movement. That's the way I look at it. Anyway, Lakers shot 49% from the field. Orlando shot 44. 3-point percentage. Lakers were 13 for 30, which was 43%. Orlando was 11 for 40, which is 27%. Most of it was basically them trying to come back from behind. Free throws. Lakers shot way better free throws. 19 for 23, which is cool. That's another thing that just killed us was free throws. So they hit 82% of their free throws. Orlando was 22 for 29. They shot, they hit 75% of their free throws. Rebounds, Lakers had 45. Orlando had 35. Offensive rebounds, Lakers had 8. Orlando had 3. Defensive rebounds, they had 37. Lakers had 37. They had 32. That was another thing too. If you notice that we kind of kept them off the board. That's why I say they're a young team. Young team, we kept them off the boards. You know what I mean? And that was another thing that hurt us a lot is when they go small and these teams acknowledge that and they took advantage of that. They would get a lot of second and third chance opportunities. Assists, same 23 for 23, what was pretty good because like I told you, when you watch the game, the Lakers were moving the ball pretty good. You had Westbrook moving the ball. LeBron even moving the ball good too. I just think that at the end of the day, and I don't want to keep beating up on LeBron because in reality we still won. I just think that the ball moves. The game looks much better when they're moving the ball. That's all I'm saying. When they're moving the ball and getting better shots, better opportunities, the game just so fluid. Then it's not that heavy. Steals, we had 12 steals, so we played pretty good defense. They had 6 blocks. We had 4. They had 9. Man, I mean, you already know the deal. When you go small ball, but the total turnovers. They had, and I didn't even look at Orlando. My bad, Orlando. That's totally disrespectful. Total turnovers. I started talking about Lakers. You know how it is when we talk about the Lakers. The Lakers had 19. Orlando had 18. They scored 21 points off our turnovers. We scored 25 points off their turnovers. Fast break points. See what I'm saying? We had 19. 19. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. When we running, we look good running. We look good running. When we get like 6, 7 fast breaks, we basically are doing ISO setups and all that. That young squad coming in, they running the ball. And that's what Vogel like. Run the ball, man. Them guys, young legs, run it. And Orlando only had 11. Points in the paint, almost about even. We had 46 to their 48. And that's about it. I'm going to go, and we had a 17-point lead. They had a 10-point lead. But I'm going to go back real quick because I want to look at Orlando. I just want to look at their squad. So I don't really know nobody here, man. All these guys, the only one I know is Ross. But he ain't come back in. I think he had leg cramps or something like that. And Mo Wagner, I think Mo Wagner's brother. He got his brother playing. But the guy, Bamba, heck, they just, like I said, a bunch of young players, man. They're young players. I don't really care too much for them. All end of the day, just keep building. That's all I can say for Orlando. Just keep building. But the Lakers, just better ball movement. Better ball movement, better opportunities. That's simple. But anyway, it's your man, Urban Lover. Like, share, subscribe, get a comment, tell me what you think. I'm coming straight from your mama's basement. And your mama better have me some salmon cooked right at my Sabbath. I'm not playing with her. Y'all have a good one and take care.